Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey, 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 hey. Hello, foodie booties. Hey everybody, it's me, Zach. This is my dog, Potato, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we are checking in with the one, the only, Chantal Marie Chantal Show, the Daily Chantal, Big Beautiful Me, Chantopolis, Flobby Bobby, Foodie Dookie, Everyday Miriam, Chantal Period, Chantal Al Rafe, The Beezer Show, whoever, whatever. We're talking about Foodie Beauty, y'all. We're here to discuss the one, the only Foodie, the Beauty. And I think the last time I covered her was me getting ready to go on my vacation. I'm like, can we still bring up the vacation even like nearly 2-3 weeks later? But I think that was the last time that I covered her. I pre-recorded some stuff. We reacted to a video of her doing, what was it? A little plus size modest clothing try-on situation type of deal. I think I reacted to her getting in a pool. I think, was that before or after the vacation? She was doing some swimming. That might have been after I went on vacation. It's all a blur. It's been a while. But since then, what you might need to know for context of this video is she's posted several videos about her health situation type of deal, things she's concerned about. And to be honest, I did actually try and go and watch all of these things because I was like, at some point, I'll want to return to Chantal and it might be helpful to know if she's having like a major health scare or if something new came up. And to be honest, I'm not really sure I got much information out of it. It sounded like in most of the videos, like she posted 2 videos back to back. One was, I have a new health problem and weigh in. And then the very next one, the next day, was new health issue revealed. And in both of those, I don't know, maybe I just wasn't listening close enough, but it really just sounded like she was listing the laundry list of issues she's ever had health-wise. Like the pulmonary embolisms she's had, the type 2 diabetes she has, just a lot of the general things that like I already knew about. And after those 2 videos, she posted a video of her, well, literally the video is titled, I Almost Die Trying to Take the Stairs. And there's only 2 things you need to know that happen in that video. One, she doesn't almost die, but she does fall going up some stairs.
Oh, babe.
And 2, the other thing is that she gets spat on by a camel.
But I'll let you keep walking because, you know, you're left behind now because of me. Oh!
Again, huh? Oh my god. Shit.
Yo. See you later.
How's your feeling, babe?
Well, I got some camel spit right in my eyeball, so.
Uh-oh.
And I guess it's kind of like a thing for Foodie Beauty to go get involved with camels and then get sick right afterwards. And everybody's like, you're getting sick from interacting with these camels. You're not supposed to be up close and personal with camels like this. But I think she denies that her current sickness is from camels. But either way, she did 2 more videos up after that where it was just a black screen and her talking and her being so sick and she's tired and she's not doing well and something, her CPAP and this, that, the other. And she claims that her current sickness is not because of the camels and that maybe she did go see a doctor. I'm telling you, I'm really paraphrasing. Cause listening to her in these videos is so hard. I even had her on 2 times speed and the rate at which she was talking was so slow. It was so hard to focus. I couldn't do it. In addition to all of that, she did do a couple streams where she like kind of got mad. I wouldn't even necessarily call it like full raging, really truly. But she did just last night post a little bit of a rage post on her community tab, which I have kind of missed a little bit. Mostly because I haven't been paying attention to a lot of them, because it's usually the same things over and over and over again. Like, at this point, I think she said everything she can say about FFG without it being just like tired and repeated, you know. But this is new, because this, I think, is a result of Charlie Gold making a comeback to the internet. If you don't know, Charlie Gold recently posted a video that, like, my impression was generally that she was showing a mukbang that Chantal did once upon a time. It was, like, actually from years ago. It was the lobster mac and cheese mukbang that she did at like 5 in the morning or something like that. So Charlie Gold showed herself kind of like retro reacting to that, and then also showed how much of a workout you'd have to do to burn the calories consumed in that mukbang. And to my understanding, it seems like Charlie is going to make a series out of doing that, and or maybe used to do videos like that back in the day. And so she's gonna make like a future series where she goes and she tries to burn the amount of calories that are in these mukbangs that, like, Chantal does, Amber Lynn does, Nikocado, Hungry Fat Chick, whoever, whatever. So all of that to say, here is a post from Foodie Beauty, and it looks like she did edit it, but I'm just gonna read it as it currently is on my screen right now. But she said, edit. For those saying it's not being made about me, then why am I being discussed at all in someone else's weight loss video? LMAO, so tacky and weird. Cutting anyone down trying to lose weight to boost yourself is a bitch move, period. But, like, why are people making another creator's weight loss about me? Listen, boo-boo, if you're going your hardest to lose weight to stick it to someone else, you are doing it for all the wrong reasons. You should be in competition with yourself, not others on their own journeys. Can you say toxic as fuck? If you are seriously looking for validation from me when this has nothing to do with me, LOL, here's a medal, I guess. It's so beyond weird and gross to compare one's journey to someone else's, and even more fucked up to rub weight loss in someone's face or use it as a means of self-validation. I want to be happy for these people, but I honestly just feel sad for you. You may have lost weight, but you still clearly hate yourself. The first thing that just sticks out to me is her, like, adding an asterisk to the words fucked and bitch, because it's like, girl, what's the, like, you're still using that language, just to be clear. Just because you put an asterisk doesn't change the fact that you use those words. But also, what I find so interesting is, like, she says that this person, who I'm assuming is Charlie, must still clearly hate herself. But I'm like, do you love yourself, Chantal? Like, do you love yourself? And she talks about, like, people doing things for the right reason. And it's just like, also then maybe you should just focus on doing stuff for you, for yourself, for the right reason. Because you're sitting out here, posted this rage post, and also not getting any healthier. You just posted, like, 2 weeks worth of content about how unhealthy you are currently. So, like, maybe you should focus on doing some stuff for you. And, spoiler alert, I think that's what we're about to get into, because today, May 28th, 2024, she posted a video called Weigh In and More Health Arc Vlog. And this video comes recommended from one of my Twitch viewers, Just Jamie. She's all over the place in girl world, by the way. She watches a lot of content creators, so you've probably seen her all around the place in the comment sections and things like that. But she's very good at vetting videos for me. She has a good sense of what I will find entertaining and be able to make entertaining for the audience. So shout out to Jamie for recommending this video to me to watch with you all. I haven't watched any part of it. I think the most interesting thing about it so far to me is the title being More Health Arc Vlog, because the fact that Chantal, who posted 2 weeks of content about how unhealthy and unwell she is currently, looks at her life in her content as arcs when it comes to her health. This doesn't need to be an arc, Chantal. Like, you need to think about your health as like a lifestyle. As annoying and as cliche as that is in this corner of the internet, like the fact that you're only thinking about changing your health as an arc, meaning there's gonna be some end to it where you don't have to worry about it. Like, girl, this is gonna be lifelong for you, and you gotta start thinking about it like that. But either way, I think I've said everything I need to say. Ooh, I should have got some water. My throat is already feeling dry, and this is a 22-minute long video, which hopefully there's some shit we can cut out, because I can't imagine Chantal needing to say anything for 22 minutes, but we'll see. Let's just get to, shall we?
Hello, Foodie Beauties. So, you need a birthday gift idea for someone special, don't ya? Tired of giving your hard-earned dollars to more greedy corporations? I mean, let's face it. Who really wants another 3-wick candle or I don't know, a label maker or something? The point is, get in the cameo, man. I'll say happy birthday. The best part is, they get to keep the personalized video forever.
Wow. Lucky them to have a personalized video from Chantal Marie forever. Also, I just gotta say, y'all are coming out and telling me about some of the cameos. Well, specifically lately, people have been telling me about either the lack of cameos they've received from Amberlynn or just like the low effort cameos they've received from Amberlynn. I'm not necessarily encouraging y'all to get any kind of cameo from Amberlynn or Chantal, but if you do, would love to hear about your experiences, because somebody told me Amberlynn charges like $60 and that their husband got them a cameo for $60 and it was 35 seconds long. Wild, crazy to me. I charge like, I don't remember exactly what it is right now. It's like $15 or $20. And I make sure to at least, at a minimum, usually try to get somewhere around 3 minutes. Sometimes it's a little less, sometimes it's a little more. But like 35 seconds for $60 could not be me, bestie. So I'm wondering, because I haven't seen as many things about Chantal's cameos, what they look like, what the experience is like. But would love to hear more if you've had any kind of interaction with her cameo content.
Hi guys!
Hi!
Welcome back to another video. So it is like 10 a.m. here. Oh, it's like 11. So it's 11 here. I just had a shower, put on some clean pajamas, and I'm going to do a bit of skincare while I talk about my weigh-in.
I'm obsessed with the idea of taking a shower to get ready for your day at 10, 11 a.m. and putting on pajamas immediately. Stunning. Work. What a life to live. What a life to live. Although I'm probably wearing maybe close to the equivalent of pajamas. I'm wearing sweatpants and a t-shirt, but that's also mostly because later this afternoon I know I'm going to go work out, and so I'm wearing essentially what I plan to wear to work out later. So, okay, all right, okay.
And a bit about, little history about me for those of you who don't know. So let's get into it. Yalla.
History.
So,
is she gonna give a rundown of her fucking health again? I just watched a video where you did that.
I use on my skin a lot is rose water. Apparently, it's really hydrating. And refreshing. So I just kind of take a bit. It's kind of messy, but I just kind of put it all over my face. Because I love that, like, refreshing sense of, you know, refreshment on my face.
Oh my god, she spilled all over her little pajama top there. You can kind of see the water that, or what, was it rose water? Is that what she called it? You can see it on her shirt.
Especially now, it's like 42 degrees outside.
And it's like dripping down her face right now. You probably won't be able to tell on the video I have on the screen because it's a lot smaller. But damn.
Yay. So, that's why I put my pajamas right back on after I showered, you know, and got right in it. Because
so, what she just rubbed in was the drip that I was talking about, in case she missed it.
I don't feel like going out there right now in that weather. Okay, so I'll first do the weigh-in.
Okay.
Which I'll put here. which is, yeah, you can see here. I don't remember.
There's a cat.
Off the top of my head. But, so I'm down like 15 kgs right now, total.
I'm obsessed with her being like, I don't actually know what I weighed, but you'll see it right here in the clip. Like, did you know while you were filming this how much you weighed or whatever? I also, you know, a lot of people are so critical of Amber Lynn's weigh-ins. That feels like even less informative than what Amber Lynn gives us, for the record.
Because like the last time I weighed in at the doctor's I was 166 and now I'm 151 something, so that's actually the lowest I've been in a while.
Okay.
And yes, you know, being sick kind of gave me a boost because I didn't eat for a few days, but I've been eating pretty normally.
That is something I forgot, because she was like fighting with somebody in the comments on that. Well, maybe fighting isn't the word, but she was talking to somebody in the comments on that community tab post. And she was like, I lost 15 kilograms or whatever. And people are like, it's not like a successful weight loss, you know, program to get sick from a camel and then not eat and lose weight. Like, that's not sustainable, bestie.
For a few days now, so. Yeah, so that is good. I hope that I can, you know, maintain. I feel like I've, you know, lost, like, the way some t-shirts fit me are baggier than before. So, you know, I'm not obsessed with numbers on the scale, but I'll weigh myself, like, maybe next week or something. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe before that.
Okay.
Well, that's refreshing. Okay, now I'm going to put my moisturizer. So that's my weigh-in for today, and today's Tuesday, I think the 28th, so.
I don't need the get ready with me moment. I don't need the skincare moment. I don't need to see that. It's not like you're going out anywhere anyways. I don't give a shit. Just tell me about this health arc or whatever.
While I do this, I always put my lip gloss on. I don't think I'm going to put very much makeup on or anything like that.
Yeah, because why would you put, if you're like, I'm not going out because it's too hot, then why put a bunch of makeup on your face that's probably gonna be irritating? Like, I imagine that putting, just from my experience of like, I've worn like theater makeup before back in high school when I did theater and stuff, and like, that's annoying to have on your face when you're feeling like hot and sweaty and things like that, I would imagine. So if you're not going anywhere, why are we wasting time putting shit on?
I wanted to talk about, I'm using Peace.
Which, also to be clear, I understand that like basic skincare is different than that, but she just alluded to the fact that she wasn't going to put very much makeup on.
Moisturizer. Last time I did a live, I talked French. There's a few times I've talked French, like here and there.
Okay.
And people are like surprised. Like, there's some new people, right? Like, my channel's growing, mashallah, like slowly but surely. And
okay.
People are surprised that I can talk French. I think that's honestly all. I don't even feel like putting eye makeup on. I don't. Just feel like being clean and fresh.
Okay,
today.
great. I'm glad you came to that conclusion.
So I thought I would talk a bit about, like, my growing up history a little bit, like, where that comes from.
Oh, I absolutely don't give a shit. You live in Canada. It makes sense to me that, well, you used to live in Canada. It makes sense to me that you speak French. I don't care! My
elementary school went from, like, kindergarten to grade 8. I went to my mother put me in a French Catholic school. So we only spoke French. We were taught French right from kindergarten. I even think pre-K was French. So
this is not what I signed up for.
From grade 1 to grade 8. Like,
Jamie, this is not what I signed up for, bestie. What? Get to the health arc part. What? I don't care that you speak French. I'm proud of you. I wish I was bilingual. I'm not. I'm so proud of you. Also, if y'all know, you know that there's a history of French-speaking people not being a fan of the Zacharymike. So we're fine. Let's keep going.
Where we only started learning English stuff like in grade 4. And it was like a lesson a day. It wasn't, you know, we would get in trouble if we were heard speaking English in the hallways. It was really strict, like Catholic, because like my teacher was called Sœur Louise, like Sister Louise, you know, like a nun. And it was nuns, and it was attached to a church. My parents weren't strict, like religious or anything, but so not only that, but my dad is French, pure French Canadian. He showed me our family tree once, and like if you go right back to, you know, the 1600s, 1700s, I think like just historically there's like people named Napoleon in our lineage. Okay, so I'm French. My grandfather, you know, Sarro is like a specifically French Canadian name. Like if you look up Sarro, it's French Canadian. My dad's last name is very French. Now at home I didn't speak it because my mom didn't speak. She spoke very basic French, but she wanted me to have that because in Ontario it's usually easier to find a job if you're bilingual. Thanks, me. Anyways, so then...
Why are you thanking your mom for making you bilingual when, like, for the good portion of the last, like, 10 years you haven't needed that because you've just sat on the internet and ate food for a living? Like, but yeah, thanks, Mom! Thanks, so helpful. Thank you so much. What a useful skill you taught her. You taught her how to eat and how to speak French.
Oh, I went for a little bit in high school to La Citadelle, which is like the French high school in Cornwall, Ontario. Yeah, I didn't like that, you know, the curriculum too, like the teachings were very like intense. It was hard. So from Citadelle, I went to St. Lawrence, but that's when my French education pretty much stopped. I never like really practiced at home, and I don't really use it now either. So like it's rusty for me, and to be like if somebody's talking to me in French, I'll understand what they say. I remember us going to like my grandfather's chalet in like the Laurentians, and it was like winter, and I was like trying, I had like an emergency coming.
Honestly, truly, you know, I know I'm being a little over dramatic about the fucking learning about her history of speaking French. I think there is a world where that story could have been interesting. Truly, I've cut so much out. I just know I can tell and predict the future, and by that I mean I just know what is gonna go into my final edit of this video. And I just know I cut so much out because she just has the most dry, boring way of telling a story. Of telling it. She's like, I went to this school, and at this school there were nuns, and those nuns, they said, you can only speak French, but then they said it in French, you know, and then I went to a French-speaking high school, and they were also very strict about speaking French, and I didn't like going there. And so then I went to an English-speaking high school, and by the way, I had family that spoke French, and I'm gonna tell you about that family in the most boring way possible. Like, her storytelling is just, and I guess unless she's talking about effing a homeless guy to get cheeseburgers or whatever, like, she's just not good at storytelling. And honestly, she probably wasn't even good at telling that story, to be honest with you. It's probably just like the subject matter itself made the story interesting. But it's just so dry and so boring. And also, I mean, granted, I do love to hear about the girls outside of their health-related issues, so I would welcome stuff about anything else, but I did click on this video because of an alleged health arc, so I just feel so thrown that this is what we've spent. We're 12 minutes into the video right now. That's over half the length of the video, and this is the majority of what we've talked about thus far. Make it end. Make it end. Please, I'm begging you.
So my family, like all that to say, my family is there's a very French side.
Sure. Wrap it up.
French Canadian. But yeah, see, it's like melting now that it's like getting hotter on my face.
It does look like it's melting on her face.
It's so smooth. I swear. Yeah. I have a few blemishes, but rosacea. So anyways,
is that it?
That's a little bit of my history.
Is that it?
In case you didn't know. I'm pretty sure I've told this story a million times.
Yeah, let's keep it moving.
But it seems every time I talk French, people are like surprised that I know French. Like I went to
It's also wild that she's saying all this and she's saying people in her fucking live stream were surprised when she started speaking French, which I did watch part of that live stream in particular, and I do remember her speaking French. But if people in the live stream at the time were surprised, you could have just explained it then. You could have explained it then. We didn't need to take 14 minutes of our day to do it in this video.
French school my entire elementary life until I was 13. So that's like
I've been
that's when your brain is
bamboozled.
learning languages, you know?
I feel like Jamie just wanted to watch me suffer today. She said, suffer, Zachary Michael. If I have to listen to you do karaoke on Twitch streams, then I want to watch you suffer through a Chantal Marie video.
And that's it, I guess. And that's my weigh-in, so I will try to keep up.
That's my weigh-in. You mentioned the weigh-in 12 minutes ago. You mentioned the weigh-in 12 minutes ago. Don't bring it back up now. Get out of here.
I've just been eating. What have I been eating? I haven't been cooking yet. I'm not, like, I'm just starting to feel normal.
Just starting. Is there a reason we're repeating words?
Excuse me. So, yeah, it's going to take me a bit longer, maybe another, few days to a week to just reorganize everything in my life here and get up and try again, So I've just been eating a lot of fruit.
Oh, she did in one video that I watched. She was sucking on a lemon and calling it a lemon mukbang. And it was giving me just like tiny bits of morsels of nostalgia from back when she used to do grape fasts. Do y'all remember that?
Like really juicy, hydrating, like things that are hydrating,
Sure.
Like a lot of salads, a lot of fattoush, a lot. There's this trio of beans.
Beans?
I think it's Iranian style, a breakfast, where it's like large fava beans, chickpeas, just plain, like in like this water.
Okay.
And then this like other one that they make with like spinach. I don't know, it's so good.
Actually, just after my video, Sala brought breakfast, and it was the exact foods I was just talking about. So here you go. Oh, thank God. How convenient. It just happened to be the exact foods you were talking about.
Actually, Salah brought back the breakfast, and these are the beans I was talking about. So
why did you have to insert a little slide there to explain that when you just explained it out loud anyways?
This is just like, they call it hummus, which is just, think of hummus as a sauce, but it's actually just the chickpeas. Yeah.
Not me clipping I had a little hangnail on my finger. This is how riveting her content is. I was like, ooh, let me take care of my nails. My nails have kind of been through it because I kept doing like weeks on weeks of gel manicures. And I'm just giving them, I'm very much taking an Amberlynn Reid approach to it now and just giving them time to breathe.
Okay, and this one is food.
What is that?
Bajilla? Yeah. They're huge.
Oh, are those the fava beans?
Beans. And this is like my favorite. This is
Ash.
Ash?
Ooh.
It smells like there's greens in there, onion.
Okay, work.
Yeah, a bunch of
beans. Wait, but these
greens in there. This is.
Wait, let me get back to the these things that she's showing right here. They're in her thumbnail, and I thought they were like mushrooms, but good to know they're beans. Okay, anyway, sorry.
Onion.
Super healthy.
Yeah, a bunch of beans.
So healthy.
Delicious.
I am kind of hungry.
And this is Jarish.
I do need her to wrap it up because it's almost noon, which means I need a little lunch. I'm famished. I need lunch. Okay.
So there's chicken, and it's like some kind of like wheat grains.
Would love to try.
I've never tried this yet. I'm gonna try. Maybe I'll try now.
I just imagine, since some of these are like liquidy and come in these little bowls, I just imagine her guzzling them down. Just drinking them like that gravy she used to drink.
Let me go in here. First time trying Jarish.
Okay.
Bismillah.
Oh, on a pita bread. I thought she was going to eat it with a spoon or something. I am curious how this is helping the old type 2 diabetes, because I think in her thumbnail she said something about that. Let me go see what the thumbnail said now, because now I got questions. The thumbnail says weigh in. Oh, never mind. The thumbnail doesn't say anything about type 2 diabetes. I was thinking about the old, one of her older thumbnails, which was new health issue revealed, type 2 diabetes. Because I would imagine, I know that a thing for diabetes that's you got to be careful of is like the carbs, the sugars, and things like that. So her eating these like carb dense foods, and also she talked about eating a lot of fruit, which like fruit is just naturally high in sugar. It's different than like eating a candy bar, obviously, but it's still like something that is sugar dense. And so I'm just curious how this is all playing into her new health arc. Again, also just to be clear, and I should say this, and I'm gonna stop speculating just to remind myself of literally something I just said in a video the other day. I'm not a health expert. This is just based on my very limited knowledge of what I know to be like friendly to diabetics in terms of like eating and being conscious of your health as a diabetic. So, you know, take everything I say with a grain of salt, and also hopefully, well, I don't think Chantal's like actively talking to a lot of doctors, although I may have missed that, but I thought I heard her say in a video recently that she hadn't been to a doctor yet. I don't know. Hard to say with her.
It tastes like barley to me, like exactly like barley or something. It's really good. I don't know what spices they use, but it's traditional food here.
It's also interesting that she's eating this food right now because she said she wasn't going to do mukbangs anymore. I think I heard her say that in a live stream. And this is certainly not like a standard mukbang, but I would say it's mukbang adjacent. That's what I like to say when Amber Lynn is like, I don't do mukbangs anymore. I don't eat on camera, but then she'll post a lot of like her food content, and it's like close enough. That's what I would call this.
We're gonna go eat, and yeah, and these are the breads. They're like huge.
Oh, those are huge. Oh, she's definitely gonna have all of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from the Iranian cuisine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I know you said that yesterday.
Yeah.
So I've been eating like a lot of like beans for like breakfast and stuff like that.
Beans.
If I eat breakfast. Otherwise, I usually just have like one main meal where it's like I'll have like a lot of salad, a little bit of chicken, and some rice. I've been eating rice every single day. Maybe like a quarter of what I would normally eat.
Okay.
Maybe even less than that.
Sure. sure.
I find that's been satisfying and filling. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
I don't know. After watching all these videos where she's so concerned about her health and stuff, for her to just come in this video and be like, well, we'll see. Like, it's just so wild to me as a concept. What do you mean you'll see? Couldn't be me. That's just not how I would approach my own health. TBH.
I have like this like rage inside of me.
We know.
Like, I dare it to come back. You know, like I dare it to come back and ask me like, ask me to eat pot pie, I swear.
Oh.
Do it.
You should start raging at the pot pie like you rage at people like Charlie Gold and FFG. maybe you would get somewhere with like your health.
Go on cravings, ask me to eat pot pie and see what happens to you.
Let's see, let's do it.
F you know.
I mean, maybe she shouldn't rage at it the same way she rages at people like FFG and Charlie, because, like, it's not very effective. So maybe that was bad guidance on my end.
I'm not even, like, the thought of that doesn't even appeal to me right now, honestly, it doesn't. We'll see. I've just been craving more natural food.
All right, come on, natural
when I
foods.
start cooking again, I'm going to be, like, planning what kind of things. Like, I think really high volume, like vegetable, like just a huge stock pot of soup that I love, because I've been eating lentil and vegetable soup every day. So I'll just throw a bunch of vegetables, lentils, and just blend it. I love it. Cheese sauce, I found a hack for cheese sauces.
Of course you found a hack for fucking cheese sauce. I found a hack for cheese sauce. I found a hack for loving cheese. I found a hack for making sauce that's cheese. You're literally never going to get away from the cheese. Which, listen, I love cheese too. I really do. But I think it's so funny that she's over here talking about, yeah, I'm eating whole foods. I'm eating beans and high volume vegetables and fruits. And then she's like, which, by the way, I found a hack for cheese sauce.
I'm gonna just make, like, for one meal, just like a huge thing of broccoli, and like, I don't know if you guys know, like a long time back I tried this recipe and it was really good. It's the cheese sauce, and it's made with carrots, potato, and nutritional yeast.
Okay.
So it's literally fat free. So
work.
And nutritional yeast is like super chock full of vitamins. It's crazy.
Oh my god,
and
so
it's
crazy.
So good. Like, I couldn't tell that it wasn't cheese sauce. It's creamy enough. There's ways of like making like.
What do you know about it being creamy enough, Chantal? I don't want to know what's creamy enough for you. I don't need to know that, actually. Don't answer that question.
It's like, you know how I love like creamy Alfredo sauce kind of? You could make like an Alfredo sauce with like cauliflower. You blend cauliflower. You add like silken tofu. Like, there's different like alternatives.
Sounds delicious.
That taste amazing still.
Sounds great.
So I've just been like watching a lot of those videos of like people who have lost a lot of weight eating volume foods that are like,
you're totally going to be so satisfied.
Like mostly vegetables. So I'm trying to stay away from things that are really, you know, really high fat, saturated fat, like creams and butters and stuff like that. So that never does me any favors. So yeah.
How long do you give it until she's posting a mukbang where she's eating something creamy and high in fat? Just how long do you think it'll be?
And yes, of course, no, like white pasta, like processed like breads.
Pasta.
Nothing processed.
All right, work.
Like, I'm not going to eat
Let's go.
From a package. So yeah, even like if I go to a movie, because there's a movie I really want to see, I'm not going to get, like, the thought of drinking Diet Pepsi grosses me right out.
Oh, no. Like, don't say that about my girl Diet Pepsi. Don't say that about my girl Diet Pepsi. Diet Pepsi grosses you out, but you're ready to blend up some cauliflower to make an Alfredo sauce. All right.
Why drink just a bunch of chemicals? What's the point?
Joy.
No.
Joy, fun. No, I get it. You don't listen. I will continue. Somebody was like, maybe you wouldn't have high cholesterol if you gave up your diet sodies. Girl, that ain't got nothing to do with it. In fact, when I asked I should not be getting into the cardiologist discourse again. But in fact, when I asked about it, I asked a follow-up question about my diet sodies, and he was like, well, I'm more worried about the sugar and soda. So as long as you're not drinking the sugar and normal soda, you're fine. So, I don't know. Listen, I do have a different cardiologist now, just for the record. Oh, I should not have opened up that discourse again. I just should not have, but either way. Don't drink diet sodas if you don't want to. I'm gonna keep drinking them unless I'm really told that they're gonna put me on death's door.
I don't even like popcorn.
I also, for the record, don't even drink them that often. It's mostly just what I choose to get these days when I go out to dinner or when I go out to like a bar with friends, because I don't drink alcohol anymore. So I've really, these days, honestly, truly reserved it for a treat. I don't buy diet soda to keep in my house or anything like that. I do enjoy a diet soda, though, just for the record.
Eating the nachos, there's no way. Who knows what's in that orange dye? Like, no. So...
She's so enlightened. She's so changed after she got sick from the camel. She's like, I can't imagine wanting to eat the orange cheese with the nachos. Who knows what's in that? Like, as if she hasn't spent years doing that anyways.
Yeah. I could maybe try to make my own, like, nacho cheese. Like, with that sauce.
Yeah. You got the cheese hack.
I'll probably just bring some pistachios or something. Who knows? Anyways, I guess that's it. Yeah, the fruits I've been eating, a lot of plums. I love plums.
Let's go.
Peaches.
Work.
Some watermelon.
I'm not a peach girl or a watermelon girl.
And yeah, that's it. That's my weigh-in. And that's my update. That's my little history. So, all
right.
I will see you
guys. Are we done? It's only been...
Okay?
It's been 87 years. No, this took 50 minutes, nearly 50 minutes to edit. We're at 49 minutes on the camera right now, so I'm sure I'll have edited a bunch of the French-Canadian stuff out, because truly don't care. She could have said that story so much quicker. She really could have said, I grew up in Canada where French was commonly spoken, and my mom enrolled me in a school where you could only speak French, and because of that, I speak a lot of French now. Well, I know how to speak French. She obviously doesn't speak a lot of French now, but she could have just summed it up that quick to answer that question, and instead she drug it on for 14 some goddamn minutes. Really unnecessary, in my opinion. But here we are. Have you guys gotten your fill of foodie beauty content? I hope so. I hope so. And Jamie, I see what you did there. You said, I really just want to watch Zachary Michael suffer. It was very Wendy Williams going, clap if you think Zachary Michael should suffer.
Should she suffer? All right, clap if you think she should suffer.
Anyways, that's all I have time for today. I need to go get some lunch and edit this video and get it posted for y'all. So I'm gonna go, but thank you so much for watching. If you're brand new, consider subscribing down below. Hit the bell button so you get notifications every single time I post a new video. Leave me a comment, hit like, click share, and follow me on all of my social media. I had so much fun today, even if it seemed like I didn't. I love you all so much, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!